Okay, but what do you think about this? And this is what I think John was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Why is it that like physical abuse, and I just said a finger on the arm, why is this the worst possible thing that could happen in a relationship?
I don't think that is.
They don't talk about the defense. Where's the defense for like the emotional abuse?
I mean, emotional abuse is probably a real thing too, right?
Yeah, but you ever see like Bill Burr had this bit? You ever see like an old man and his old wife? Like, why is his face just in a perpetual state of fear? He's just like, it's just of wearing him down after. Like, you need to go pick this up and put the coaster down. Put your feet down.
Wait, what are you talking about right now?
And then slowly, like a husband, like an old married couple. You look at the man and the woman. The man just has like, his face is just stuck. And
is this like a real situation?
Hey kids, I'm here with the wife. It's just him resisting all the times that he wanted to be like, shut the fuck up, and he didn't get to. Shut the fuck up. It just it ages you.
Okay, if you're with someone that you just can't stand, why the fuck are you with them?
Okay, so this is I wanted to watch this after. Oh no, this is your video.
Yeah, it's my video.
So your boy, Moist Penguin 0.
Why does he have
Moistcr1tikal.
like multiple names?
I don't know. This is most embarrassing podcast discussion, and Mel made it, and so did MLD. Two of our Sneako
Wait, he was
orbiters.
here. What did he say about that? Because I'm like
he was
scared that he's gonna hate me.
Oh,
because
MLD?
like, yeah.
Same stuff. That
He disagreed to what he said on the podcast.
Oh, I didn't hear him after
He didn't
that.
take it back or
I don't know what was his take on that.
This is an embarrassing thing to admit out loud.
His voice is so.
You think so?
No. But I'm all
like
about love
ASMR,
speech.
you could fall asleep to that.
It's
This
just
is an embarrassing thing to admit out loud, but I've recently found a great guilty pleasure that I've been consuming like junk food. It's those ridiculously cringe podcasts.
He should totally go on these shows and argue with them instead of making
he won't
videos.
do it. He's not going to do it.
He should. I think I want to see it.
I was criticizing him, and obviously I love everyone and everything, but like he won't. So it's the type of person like that will just sit in his room and then just criticize other people, but never really engage in real life conversations like that.
I want to see him on.
He won't do it.
I want to see him on them though.
There's zero chance he would do it.
Yeah.
I mean, if he would, then it would
It's like
surprise
being
me.
the chef of junk food if he actually is on it, you know?
Why do you say that?
Because he said that he's been consuming like junk food.
Where
You just be on it and contribute to it.
pseudo-intellectuals bring on a bunch of women and have the worst debates of all time. It's a forsaken wasteland where normal thinking goes to die. A thunderdome of delusion. It is brain melting. It reminds me of those old PSAs for the dangers of smoking cigarettes, and they'll like open up someone's chest and be like, this is what your lungs look like when you smoke, and it's like yellow and oozing, covered in this like disgusting slime, and it's very fucking yucky. This is like that, but instead of showing you your lungs on cigarettes, it's your brain when watching this content, and it's fucking revolting. Like, it is actual brain rot.
I don't. This type of humor is not really my thing either.
This type of humor?
Yeah, like the dry explaining it. Like, it's like when I had a piece of diarrhea in my poop and I ripped it out. That's how bad this game was. Like,
You should totally make a video like that.
wait, are you laughing at the diarrhea thing or the? Okay, I don't know.
I think you
And
should
I
make a
can't look
video
away.
like this. And goes into a marriage and has kids when they're like 18, 19, 20. And then a year into the relationship, it gets really, really abusive.
From
Would
who?
you, from both?
This is so rare.
Anyone
It's
so
really.
rare.
Go
It
on.
happens.
Go
I'm
on.
just-
Go on.
My point is,
Hypothetically.
I feel like I always
Even
have to say, both, because otherwise they're just gonna assume that I'm like, you're saying that
I'm not
men
even sure
are
what you said yet.
abusive.
Let me keep watching.
It might be rare.
Assume
from
I haven't
the
seen this.
thing.
It is.
I already just find this painful. She's asking a very simple question and setting it up, talking about abuse. And already the dudes here are like, this is ridiculous. This is exceptionally rare. This is damn near science fiction. Abuse? Never even heard of it. That's like winning the lottery twice level of astronomical odds. Abuse is, it is very uncommon, very rare. as a way of trying to like
Abuse is so unrare. It's like digging into your diarrhea and finding a quarter in a needle of a haystack. I can't believe
kind
that.
of
I think it's just the
shut
way he
it
says
down
it.
already. Like that you're choosing something very fringe and outlandish. Abuses. It's
Chad, WL on abusing your wife.
like a unicorn. It almost doesn't exist. But anyway, crazy lady, go on with your hypothetical abuse thing or whatever you called it. It's just trying to downplay it, which I think is just cringe.
If it would happen, what would you recommend for those people to do? Would they divorce, or do you want them to keep going in the relationship?
Keep going. You can't divorce. I mean, that's not a real thing. You can like
Divorce is not a real thing.
separate.
doesn't
See, his
exist.
Catholic background shines.
Chad saying W abuse. What do you think about that? I mean, they're in agreement with the men on the panel.
I described it this way. When I was reacting to this, okay, I was just like, I feel like Hogwarts would be more real to them than divorce.
True, he knows.
You can't divorce.
You can separate, but you can't actually divorce. That's not a real thing.
Even though it might be like physically abusive.
You got to endure. People are too.
You want to stick into the
People
relationship.
are just.
See, I mean, look,
people
I'm gonna be
nowadays
honest.
are just. Everybody quits.
You were very specific about physical abuse too. I don't know. Maybe he didn't hear you say that.
I do
Everybody
think they
gives
know.
up. It's too hard. I'm this XYZ. This is why I'm special, so I can fuck up this entire situation based upon me being special.
The clown puts himself front and center here. You're looking at the chief entertainment for this episode. Fucking discount Walmart brand Sal from Impractical Jokers here. His name's Jonathan, and let me just tell you,
Shout out to John MLD.
he's got some opinions, and man, oh man, are they a stinker. So, the question is very simple. If there's an abusive relationship, an abusive marriage, should the marriage end? You know, if the woman is being abused, or even if the man is being abused. The woman who asked the question, her name is Melina, and she doesn't just make it exclusive to women getting abused. Men can also be victims of abuse. Something that
Based.
Jonathan heavily disagrees with. We'll get to that later on. But he is saying that, if it's an abusive relationship, you have to endure. This is the problem with snowflake society now. Everyone's such a pussy, so they'll ruin a marriage because they think they're so special.
Would you go on a date with him?
No,
Why?
it's not my type.
Why not?
Just no chemistry.
How do you know?
Because I met him.
Oh, why was the chemistry off?
I just don't think we're in the same universe of interests or topics.
Very clearly, you're in the
like-
same universe, both content creation, talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, he's like in another area of content. Like we're in content creation. Like you can be in content creation.
So
Like yeah, I could have a conversation, but I think there's like a very specific kind of person that I would get down with.
what's
you
the
know?
type of person?
I like funny, charismatic, intelligent people.
You don't think he's either? He's none of those things.
Not in the sort of like okay, you know,
Funny,
you know,
charismatic, or intelligent?
What's his name?
He has a lot of subscribers.
Have you seen Nathan For You?
Yeah.
That guy is my type.
Yeah. Okay. What about him? Would you rather go on a date with Penguin or MLD?
Probably Charlie, right?
What's wrong with MLD?
Well, no, I just don't. I just think we're way too different. Yeah, it's just I'm not attracted to him.
Okay.
You absolute fucking troglodyte. It's not about being special. It's about not getting beat the fuck up in a marriage. There's no excuse for abusing your spouse, whether it's physical or mental.
You think there's? Hey, what? Why would you do that? No, you can't say that.
Okay. You want me
You
to?
think there's a fair reason to beat up your partner?
You know what it does say in the Quran? But before you laugh, what's always the final result of any argument, of any dispute, is violence. No matter what. In a marriage, in a disagreement, with anybody, with any human interaction, the final
thing
result
is violence.
Is violence.
Mm-hmm.
And the Quran doesn't excuse that. It doesn't say do that, but it's saying like, if there is an argument like that, that's what's necessary. But never go to the face. But if it gets to that point, that's what inevitably happens.
Basically, if you're like screaming at someone, get the fuck out of my house over and over again, and they're not doing it.
And no one's listening, and like she's screaming and she's grabbing you, and it's like a clear cut.
I feel like it's a bit different though when it comes to partners a little bit.
Nope.
Right.
Why? Because actually, it might be even more realistic for
I mean,
partners. Because
like I think like if someone is getting really heated and they want to be left alone, you should probably separate. But like trying to get it to like a physical point is probably not.
no.
good.
No one said trying, but that's always the last scenario.
I mean, yeah, it is the last scenario, or you die.
So,
That's
but
probably the last scenario.
You said that's never. That
But
should never be.
you should probably not do. Like, if you're getting to that point.
Well,
it's
no
probably
one
divorce
wants to get to that
time.
point.
Yeah.
Nobody
If it's right up, it's like right about to happen, you should probably divorce, right? It's probably not the best to stick around in that relationship, right? You should probably not do that. You shouldn't let it go that far. That's my point. Don't. No, don't do it, Sneako.
So right before I beat my wife,
Don't do it.
sign the divorce paper.
Yes. If you feel like that's gonna.
I don't ever want that to happen.
Yeah.
I obviously never want that to happen. But
You should probably not get it to physical stuff because that's. Yeah.
no one wants to do that. I'm not. You're not. You're saying.
But here's the thing. I feel like there's probably a lot of really clear signs before that happens that it's probably divorce time, because it's probably like a lot of fights that can be pretty mental abusive happening before that. I feel like it is the final state, as you said. Yeah.
Okay. What's better for the relationship? One slap and she gets in line, or divorce? One slap. You know,
Divorce.
not continued.
That's not how it works.
That is how it works.
No.
Don't even say you're not. You're saying no to a hypothetical right now.
Okay, let me.
Here's a hypothetical, right? You and Destiny are in a big fight, huge fight. You're screaming, you're like clawing him, you're like breaking his streaming computer and everything like that.
That's really bad.
It's really bad.
Oh yeah.
Right. Technically, that's not abuse. I mean, it's destruction of property. That's not abuse. It's not abuse. It's destruction of property. So are you destroying a streaming computer?
Destroying the other person's shit is
Let
probably
me finish the
abusive.
hypothetical. Let me just finish the hypothetical.
Okay.
You're not abusing him, but you're destroying his
It's not
property.
physical abuse.
Let me say 5 things before 1 second, feminist. Holy, I'm a. See that?
Hey, we need to cool off. No.
I'm just joking. So you were. you were. Don't clip that.
I'm telling him.
Wait.
I'm gonna tell
he's
Steve.
He's gonna see that anyway.
Yeah.
So you're in a fight with Destiny, right? You're destroying your streaming laptop. You're screaming at each other. You're calling each other terrible names. What's better for the marriage? Destiny gives you one hit here, and you get in line, or you sign divorce papers right there.
Divorce papers right there. Get in line. It doesn't work. Like, that's not how it works.
How would you know?
I mean, you like that. You like that women should be in line and like be a certain way, like act like a wife,
I like
wifely
women-
duties and all that shit.
Wait. So you say it ironically. Yes, I like when women act in line.
Yeah, I
And I
know.
like when women
Yeah, I
perform
know.
their wifely duties.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't like that.
You don't like performing wifely duties?
No, not really. Not for like this is. It sounds like you're having like a bang maid. I don't really like that idea.
I didn't even say that.
like slap her so she turns into the bang maid that she.
I didn't even say that. You just said you don't like performing
Well,
wifely
basically,
duties.
you're saying that a wife should follow your orders, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we don't agree on that. You should follow the contract of the relationship that you guys have both agreed on. That's true, but just following orders because you're a guy, no, I don't disagree with that.
It's not really beating or hitting in Islam. It's not even a slap that's forbidden. It's like one finger hit or touch. That's what I said. I said nothing on the face, and that's it. Just a little right there.
No,
Just
not good. Don't get it.
that like you just
I'm
destroyed.
calling the cops right now.
You just destroyed his computer. You were screaming in his face.
That's really bad too.
You were
should not do
insulting
that.
him.
You should divorce before you start destroying someone's computer. Holy shit. Destroying someone's stuff is really bad too. That's awful. That's not good.
What's worse?
No.
What's worse? Insulting his mother, destroying his computer, or one finger to the arm? One little.
I feel like physical abuse is probably the worst. It's probably the end of
Why?
everything. Because you're hurting someone physically. It's pretty bad. But I mean, the other stuff is really bad too.
Why,
But
but why is that the worst thing?
if I had to pick between him like destroying my computer or insulting my mom instead of hitting me, I would probably say insult my mother and
Then what-
destroy my computer.
Then a finger on the arm?
But this is not abuse. Did I just abuse you?
You're saying physically abuse? That's what.
It's hurting you. Like if I started to punch the shit out of you, that
I
would
didn't
be.
say, who said punch? I said what's worse.
What if I start cutting you or something?
I didn't
That's
say
like,
that. You're going away with the hypothetical. I'm talking a hypothetical.
We're talking about physical abuse, right?
Yeah, and this is the limitation of the physical abuse.
I
Stop.
don't think that's true.
That's what it says. That's it. Get in line.
Let's Google physical abuse here so we can get a good definition. I think it's like when you hurt someone, right?
I mean, I can do that pretty hard.
Like, it's the most. There is a right answer to this question, and the answer is yes. The marriage should end if it's abusive, 100%. Whether it's the woman or the man being abused, it should straight up end. There's no enduring. This isn't one of those situations where it's like, there's greener pastures once you get through a couple of the black eyes and broken bones. My husband may have beat the fuck out of me a couple nights ago, but he also took me to a really fancy steakhouse and I had an absolute bangin' filet. So, all of the abuse was worth it, and I'm a little happier today. It's ridiculous. This is honestly making...
Icy Fury Penguin says, I feel like Destiny's wife is similar to iDubbbz's wife. That's why they both become so liberal. I'm actually going to react. That perfect dono. Appreciate you, Icy Fury Penguin. For $10 because right after, I know that it's a little bit low energy, but I want to watch his iDubbbz situation. We don't need to watch the whole thing, but I want to react to Twitter reacting to his take.
Me concerned. My heart is breaking for whatever woman he's in a relationship with. I'm imagining this guy treating relationships like it's...
Whenever he plays videos, I just want to skip his parts.
Are you a little salty?
And then just go to the...
Are you a little salty about his voice?
Yeah.
I don't like his voice.
Right.
It really triggers me.
Maybe you're right. It's a little bit... what do you think? When you hear this, are you like tuned in or are you like... Fuck?
No, I think he's all right. Sounds like a dude that talks. No strong opinion at all.
Nice.
He's just like a YouTube dude. That's like his category for me. YouTube guy. I think he has a hamster. He brought it to a party, I think. I'm not sure. I think it was him.
Fight Club. If my partner can't roll with my knuckle sandwiches without crying about it and she wants to leave for it, well then good riddance to her toots. Jesus Christ, special snowflakes can't handle a few of my right hooks. Ridiculous. That's frightening. That is a frightening mentality. That you're telling someone to just endure physical or even mental abuse in a relationship and calling them like a special snowflake or a pussy if they don't. That's crazy. And also his cohort there, the goofball he's in cahoots with, who's like, man, divorce isn't real. Divorce is make-believe. It's hocus pocus. There's no such thing as divorce. Yes, if you're getting abused, you can't...
Oof, okay, I don't know if I could do this. Okay, it's just...
I think hard times in relationship, I'm sure you guys had hard times in relationship. Any relationship has hard times. Okay. And it is what it is. You need to push through and you need to endure because we're in this...
Abused?
Hold on. Because we're in this situation now, like where everybody's just creating this like super nuanced, like 1% example of like, well, what if the kid's transgender, black, and abused, and he's a Black Lives Matter supporter?
1% example of your kid being black?
Like, cool. Okay. I get like that one minute
no, but I'm asking
situation.
for anyone that might be in that situation, what would you recommend?
Okay,
endure.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
Endure.
I don't. That's.
I'll tell you what.
Endure.
I'll tell you what I would do.
A lot of diarrhea fell out of his mouth on this one here, so there's a lot to break down. He had an actual episode of psychosis there. He just started spitting shit that never even came up. It's a very simple question. It really wasn't nuanced. She just said, in an abusive relationship, should the marriage end? It really doesn't get more simple than that. A fucking child could understand the question. There wasn't anything about, like, all these nuance that you bring up. But anyway, Smash Mouth has his meltdown there for a second, but his message is still the same. No matter what, you gotta endure. You gotta endure the abuse. He even has the chutzpah to equate abuse to just a hard time in a relationship. As if it's just some little obstacle, little hiccup that every relationship goes through. Brother, abuse is not a hard time in a relationship. That is a fucking crime. That is when a relationship ends, should end.
I wouldn't want my daughter in that situation, quite frankly. And I understand the argument
Chat, what do you think about domestic abuse?
to endure because I have people close to me who grew up in abusive households and it lasted for periods of time and it was a phase and they endured through it and they ended up raising healthy, successful families.
Their faces really tell the whole story here. This reaction's pretty on par with that statement. Abuse is not a phase. It shouldn't be a phase. This isn't a normal thing. There's no reason to start normalizing abusive relationships as something every couple needs to go through or will go through. Abuse isn't acceptable. Full stop. Like that's where this was a really easy slam dunk for these dudes.
Domestic abuse. Abuse Melina. Chill. Okay, but what do you think about this? And this is what I think John was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Why is it that like physical abuse, and I just said a finger on the arm, why is this the worst possible thing that could happen in a relationship?
I don't think that is...
They don't talk about the defense. Where's the defense for like the emotional abuse?
I mean, emotional abuse is probably a real thing too, right?
Yeah, but you ever see like Bill Burr had this bit? You ever see like an old man and his old wife? Like, why is his face just in a perpetual state fear of. He's just like, it's just of wearing him down after. Like, you need to go pick this up and put the coaster down. Put your feet down.
Wait, what are you talking about right now?
And then slowly, like a husband, like an old married couple. You look at the man and the woman. The man just has like his face is just stuck. And
Is this like a real situation?
hey kids, I'm here with the wife. It's just him resisting all the times that he wanted to be like, shut the fuck up, and he didn't get to. Shut the fuck up. It just
Wait, why
it
wouldn't you
ages
just-
you.
Okay, if you're with someone that you just can't stand, why the fuck are you with them? Why wouldn't you ask that instead?
Because
Like,
it's
why
not that
are they
easy to just
together?
like getting remarried at a certain age is not as
What?
easy.
I feel like that's so much easier than just having like.
Or
that's all day. It just
instead of
sounds
that,
so much
but
worse.
that's him holding back all the times that society is demonizing. Physical abuse is the worst. A finger on the arm is the worst possible thing you could do. Like,
I think it's
is
a
it?
lot more simple than that. If you're unhappy
it?
in a relationship, you just don't be together anymore. That's
Or
it.
you can get her in line again with one little.
No,
Back in
it's not
line.
gonna help anything.
No, it's not. You're gonna go to jail because you can't do that anymore. But this is why women are in
Even
charge.
if you're not going to
Women
jail,
run relationships
no one would
now.
be happy with that happening. I don't think you want to beat the
Oh,
shit
that's
out
not true. You know how many women on TikTok would be
No.
celebrating? Good riddance to that piece of shit. And all your friends are going to be like, yeah, he was a piece of shit anyway. I hated him.
You think that women should abuse men, or that's like fine?
Women do abuse men.
That's not okay either. Jesus.
Yeah, but there's no grade for that. There's no jail time.
It's probably not.
There's
It's
no
not.
criminal
and Here's the
record.
thing. I fully agree with you on that one. Fuck that shit. I hate that there's like men that's getting abused by their women out there, and no one fucking takes it seriously. People on your side and people on my side are not taking it seriously. It fucking sucks.
No, men go to jail for physical abuse. Men are always.
Yeah, I
punished
think
for that.
Ribbit should do the exact same. They should also go to jail
Okay, so we're in agreement. Women
Yeah.
should go to jail for being cunts. Agreed?
for physical abuse.
No, for abusing men and for taking it down.
For committing a crime, like a physical crime, like
What
you
should be
start
a physical
hitting
crime?
someone.
Women going, you shouldn't do that. And what about that? What about how do you
Mental,
do that? That should be a
I
crime.
don't think people go to jail for mental abuse either. Like I think it should be pretty equal there. Like it's. I actually hate how much people don't take things like that seriously, or have people just trust women right away.
We
I
agree.
think-
Jail
and-
time. Jail.
for anyone that hits someone
Jail for feminists.
for feminism.
Yeah, what about that? We're equal. Behind bars, felony.
Wait, what are you saying right now?
I'm saying we should jail feminists for being annoying. If we are punishing men for snapping and
Guys.
then one little.
Annoying.
Hey, we agree. We agree. Feminists.
Fuck that. Fuck women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo!
Suck.
WML. It's well time.
Dudes to
Mel
answer.
time.
Should a marriage end when it gets abusive, whether for the woman or the man? And the answer is easy. It's yes. A relationship isn't something where there should be an abusive phase. If there is an abusive partner, that partner needs to seek legitimate help and get help for controlling whatever violent urges or impulses they have. But that doesn't mean that the other partner needs to stay in the relationship while they're getting that help. Especially not if there's children in the household, because not only is it dangerous for the partner, it's dangerous for the kid to be around as well. I think it's very simple. I don't think it's that nuanced. Abuse just isn't acceptable. Like, that's a super easy thing for a normal person to answer, but we've cultivated this culture online where everything needs to be like a debate, even on the simplest topics. Like, you just saw Smash Mouth have that meltdown, like, oh, you're getting into all this crazy 0.1% example nuance of abuse and then all of these other factors, like, out of nowhere, when that wasn't even what was discussed. It is the easiest black and white question.
To an extent.
So
I mean, they
you
weren't the
would say
healthiest
that
families.
to stick in those relationships that might be abusive to everyone involved and a child, if there's a
I'm
child
not
involved?
saying like,
who
hey,
is-
stick
that's
in the
an
relationship and get the shit beat out of
Well,
you by a
no,
husband.
you're saying-
I'm
I
not.
think
I'm
yours
not.
is an
example.
extreme.
I think
I'm
you
just,
guys-
I'm just asking you what you believe.
I'm just
one
telling you-
specific thing.
right.
Even
I'm
if
not
it's a
telling
small
you-
extreme thing, I'm just asking you what you think if you should stick in that relationship or not.
It is such an extreme example that I can't give a prescription for what other people should do. There is an element.
God damn it, it's not even an extreme example. If you just Google it for like 15 seconds, there's so many different studies conducted on the topic, and according to a lot of the different numbers, all of which are a little different, but most of them agree that at least 20% of all marriages are abusive at some point in time. And that's just in reported cases.
What did you think about his take in this video?
Agree on it. I mean, he's saying like, I mean, it's a pretty popular opinion, you know, that abuse is bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not an extreme example. It's really not. But even if it was, it doesn't even change the question. Like, even in the extreme example here, it's still a very easy answer that, yes, that marriage should end. There is a problem.
Oh, okay, this video's not even halfway over. I think we saw enough, right?
Yeah.
Is it really... What else did he say? You
I
watched
think
it, right?
it's about the cheating thing. Of course, like cheating is really bad. I think you should divorce if there's cheating going on as well, clearly. But like the guys thought that, yeah, like if someone is cheating, it's divorce time right away. But physical abuse, you should endure, you know. So. That's
Well, I think they mean
crazy.
cheating on the women's side, but cheating on the man's side.
I mean, I don't even know. I don't know if they think the same. I didn't ask that specifically. I didn't really specify like with women and men much. I was just asking in general because I was curious about what they would think about that.
That's it.
Your job?